And we're live. Welcome, everyone, to 2023 with the Superior Notary Crew. My name is Ayana, aka the Crafty Notary, and I'm joined along. Geez, like everything is like it's like dinging, ding, ding, ding. And I'm joined by my friends, Mr.
Reggie Socorro Garner from the Central Florida Notary Group.
and Miss.
Illy's Notary.
Beelys. All right. And so, welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Um, so, it's a new year. We have decided to make these a regular occurrence. I think we decided that. We decided that, right? Okay. So we decided to make this a regular occurrence on Thursdays at 7:30. So we welcome each and every one of you to join in with us every Thursday at 7:30 for Notary Talk. And that's basically what we're going to be doing, Notary Talk. So today we're going to talk about our goals and our business tactics and strategies that we're going to come up with for 2023. And yeah, what else? Shout out to Stephanie. Welcome, Stephanie. Thanks for joining us today. And thank you everyone else that's joining us. So let's get started. Who's going to go first to talk about whatever? Happy New Year, whatever. Go.
Happy New Year to everybody. We made it. 2022 was definitely an interesting year. I would say that I had the most personal growth that I've had just by meeting these two, as well as just learning on my own as well. These guys will not allow you to ask them questions about things that they send you. They say get your own information and come up with your own ideas. So that pushes me in a way that I have never been pushed before. But I'm just really excited to see what this year has to offer. I had a really bang up year last year. I was actually very surprised with the success that I had. And it was really just about, making sure that I stay focused on my goals and making sure that I push myself even when I don't feel like doing things, which is often. And it's really about aligning yourself with people who also push you to be the best version of you as well. So I'm just excited to share with you guys some of the tips and tricks and just my overall goals for what I see for 2023 this year. So,
and another thing we're going to do for 2023 is force Reggie to buy a tripod so that we're not looking up at him at an angle.
Sure, right. Right, makes sense.
Look, now you got the book.
Hold on.
Go, Virgil.
Let me put this up. Nope. Is that better? Nope, that's crooked.
No.
All right. It's a little better.
Okay.
Yeah.
We working on it, y'all. We working on it. I think we get on each other's case. I don't know. Nobody gets on my case, but
I think I do a pretty good job of getting on your case.
No, Virgil gets on my case, so I'll take that back. All right, Virgil, you're next. Let's go. What you got to say?
How was my year last year? I had a phenomenal year. I actually surprised myself. I did so good last year versus the prior year. Like the comparison is like, I might as well have not even started the year prior. That's just how good I did last year. So really looking forward to making some changes, updating, tweaking some things, definitely learning from some of the experiences. And you guys, if you watched me before, I'm real big on analytics. Looking at them and seeing where I could have been better and what I could probably do a little less of. So definitely looking forward to this year being even better last year.
Absolutely.
And to join in, I think my year last year was fairly successful. I think that I thought that I did better than I did, but I didn't do bad. I didn't do bad at all, especially for part-time. So for those of you who don't know, everybody should know us that's watching. We're all part-time. So each and every one of us are what I call part-time preneurs. We all work full-time jobs. And so we've taken on a notary business as a way to supplement our full-time income. And so I feel like I could have did better, but I didn't do bad. My biggest thing is that I get into slumps where I just don't want to do nothing. And so those months I end up not doing nothing. But I think that's okay. Like, I think it's totally okay to do that. But looking forward to 2023, I'm definitely have some goals that I need to bump up, and having last year be my first full-on year, I definitely see some areas for improvement, like Berjo said. So let's talk about our goals, Berjo. So let's hear. Let's hear your new goals, but let's hear them versus what it was before. Like, why are you improving on the goal? Maybe, I don't know.
I got to get a whole nother sheet.
Oh my gosh! Like, okay, so Berjo is like, she is analytical. Like, I think we're both analytical and logical. But Berjo is like to a fault. Like, Berjo does the extra of the group.
Very methodical. I looked it up. I said, yes, that is how I describe myself, because I am organized to the point where things become routine. And when it becomes routine, I can't go away from it. It's like I have to continue to do it like that. So yeah.
And shout out to Terja and Thea. And there's a Facebook user. I don't know who this person is, but thank you from the Panhandle. Thank you guys all for tuning in, and hopefully you get some ideas from us today. So, all right, Berjo. Okay, if you don't have your other one, your previous one.
It's sitting here, but okay. I was going to file them away for last year.
Okay. So, okay, well, let's just hear your new goals. And I just thought maybe in comparison, like compare how you plan to improve upon. Maybe that's a better way to say it.
That's better, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna say I didn't have a whole lot of goals for December, and I killed December. Like, I crushed it. Like, I really
did.
All right, so for January, okay.
No, for the year.
For last year?
For this year.
Goals for this year.
Yes.
Yes.
Not for the month, ma'am. You don't have goals for the whole year. See, this is how methodical Berjo is. She can't even be overall. She got to be down to the wire.
Because
okay, let's talk about your January goals.
And let me just share. The reason why I don't have year goals is because I can't stick to making year goals in the beginning of the year. Things are going
to make smaller ones, but because we have to make them into action steps.
Nope. I can't. I have to make them step by step as I go, because I always think of something and I never want to. My idea is I don't want to set goals and not meet them, because then I get discouraged. Mm-hmm. And then I'm really hard on myself. Okay. I'm the hardest person on me ever. So,
and I also think that you use the data that you have from the previous month and kind of
exactly. So that's
your goal. So I get it.
Here, I have to do it for the month, evaluate how my month went, change things or add things like that. So if you guys have year goals, you go first, and then I'll just share my month goal.
Okay, I'll go first, because my yearly goals can be translated into monthly goals. Mm-hmm. Because I'm logical. I'm methodical, but I have logic. I have to put logic to everything. So overall, my very first goal is to increase revenue. So if you watch my YouTube channel, you should know that my previous goal for each and every month last year was to make $1,000. So this year, from January to May, my goal is actually to make $1,500. And then from June to December, my goal will actually increase by another $5 and be $2,000. Let me explain why. So I purchased the summer conference from the loan signing systems, and I started watching that and watching some of those the 6-figure earners that they had really motivated me to kind of push myself a little bit harder. So I'm the opposite of how Bergeau does. I push myself, and if I don't meet the goal, it makes me push harder the next month. So I can't be in a zone of comfort. So I have to keep pushing. So if I hit one goal, I like to push it a little bit higher so that I can force myself to hit it higher. So the first half of the year is going to be 1,500. The second half is going to be 2,000. My ultimate goal for my business in general, and this is just, I thought of this just recently, is to do $3,000, get to $3,000 per month. And so this year we're starting out at 1,500. Another goal that I have is to increase my direct clients by 2 to 3 additional clients. Last year I said, what was it, 3? Didn't I say 3 last year, Bergeau?
5.
No, I said 3. At the beginning of the year, I said all I need is 3 direct clients. I want to go to 5 now. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I want to go to 5 or 6 now. But last year I was saying that all I needed was 3. Like all I need is 3 good direct clients and I'm good. And I got the 3. So this year I want to add 2 to 3 more, which is going to put me 5 to 6. And I think that'll keep me plenty busy because the 3 that I have are already kind of making me a little bit busier. So, and then I break that down by focusing on how much I'm marketing each month. So like my goal this month is to market by using postcards and calling. Another goal that I have for the entire year is to reduce all of my expenses by at least 10%. So I budget. I budget very hard, both personally and on a business level. And after looking at my budget and all of the expenses that I'm making, I need to bring that down, which I've already done, already started doing this month, but I won't see it through until next year because some of my stuff is 2 years ahead. And then I have some smaller goals. One smaller goal is to get my YouTube channel to 5,000 subscribers. I think I'm at 2,700, and to get my Google reviews to 100 reviews by the end of this year. So those are just some smaller goals that I have. I've already started working on the first 3. And the last 2 are kind of just, well, I'm working on the YouTube thing too, because I'm being more consistent. But yeah, those are my goals. Reggie?
Yeah, so I'm kind of similar to Ayana in the aspect of thinking of it in terms of yearly as opposed to monthly. And then I can also break it down in monthly as well. I'm kind of similar in the way that if I don't reach my goal, it's about what I got to do to make it happen.
That's because we're fire signs.
So that I align with you. So just to give you a few of my goals, Google reviews. Right now I have 21. I want to get to 50 reviews. I have no direct clients. Well, I have a couple, but they're not as consistent as I would like them to be. So I'm gonna really work on advertising, or doing kind of similar to what you do with the postcards and stuff like that, to see if I can get direct clients more, or keep them to where they come back to me specifically. I also want to do at least 12 runs over the course of the year, which is 1 a month, which is realistic. But considering I only did 1 run last year.
Really? I thought you did more than that.
Maybe I've done a couple. Maybe 2. No. I did 2 last year. I did 2.
Oh, wow.
2 specifically that I know of. And that was really, me just kind of trying to think outside the box, for people who were clients that were the traditional, like they wanted me to come to their house and it just wasn't possible. And it was kind of a last resort. So using it as an option in the beginning, as opposed to at the end, that will increase the ability for Ron. I do want to increase, like last year, I have to put it in perspective. I started actually making money on the books in March. So from March until December, I had an average of 1,400 a month in revenue. So I'm gonna do 15 monthly.
Go bigger than that.
Go bigger than that. See,
you were already at 15, 14. You could find $100 on the street.
Okay, so let's. All right, we're gonna. What about 1,800 then?
Would you say you did 14?
Yeah, 14 consistently. There was some months where I only had like
I say just go
$600.
2,000, but
Okay, we'll do 2,000.
how many more weddings is that?
2,000.
More weddings from 1,400. Your weddings are. I'm about to do
probably an additional 2 more, and now I have more
Man.
weekends. I have more weekends now. So, Monique says 200. So I guess 2,000. I guess
that's
2,000.
only 3. That's 3 more weddings.
And now I have more weekends, so that's doable. Actually, I can, consistent. I can do that.
Yeah, that's 1. Yeah, if you add, because now you got your Saturdays back.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 1 a Saturday because you work 1 Saturday. So yeah.
Okay. So 2,000 annually.
Monique said go to 2.
So 2,000 annually would put me at what revenue per? That's 2,400.
Yeah.
Okay. So my annual revenue is going to be 24,000 yearly. And I want to get to 100 weddings by the end of the year as well. So 100 weddings
times your average, that ain't enough. You would do more than that.
Okay. So 125.
I thought your average is like 175.
What weddings? How much? No. I'm talking about how many, the amount of weddings.
So 125 times 175. Okay.
See, they obliterate I had it all set. No, I'm kidding. But it's about challenging yourself. You know what I'm saying? You can't make it easy all the time.
The number is actually 132.
132?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's pretty much it. 2,000 a month. 132 weddings.
We got a question.
Okay.
Are you guys willing to share what you're doing specifically to get clients or building your book of business? Thanks. I'm just starting out. Yeah, we'll share it. Give us a few seconds. Let us get through that. We'll share it. We'll come back. All right. What else, Reggie? Go ahead.
And then one of the things, there's no tangible goal, but I want to start doing outreach work in the business. I want to get back to the community. Where I can show, little Black boys that, you don't have to go the traditional route of school and college. I mean, I do whatever your parents say, pretty much, if they're paying for it. But, if you find yourself, at that middle age of adulthood and you're not sure where to go, and I want to be able to show people that this is an option too, being a notary and actually being successful by being consistent with what you do. So,
yep. My dog is passing gas. It's been all day, right, Virgil, with these animals. All right, Virgil, let's hear your January goals. Since we're talking about yearly goals, let's hear yours.
So for January, I want to add to my mail list. I'm really big on reaching out to people. That has been the biggest successor for me, getting out there and meeting people, something that I did not do the year prior. So going to networking events, I want to try to do 1 a month, so I want to try to do 1 this month, but 1 a month for the year so that I can keep building upon my mail list. Right now I have, where they at? Right now I have to add these to my mail list. And I just don't feel like it. I do it. And I've said that for I don't know. I don't feel like doing it. So I got that. And another big thing, and I guess this is more of a year goal than a January goal. I got a planner. Okay. The idea is for me to stop thinking that I can use technology to keep me organized because I fail terribly. I have to write it down. I have to have a planner. I'll give you an example of why. Recently, I was called for a wedding, and he wanted me to officiate the wedding. It was 100 people, told me they have their venue. It's in Miramar. And I'm like, oh, yeah. I'm like, oh, wait. I'm like, the 14th. What's going on the 14th? I couldn't remember what was going on the 14th, but I remember I wrote it down. Went to my planner. I said, I knew it was something on the 14th. I cannot do it. Checked in with my notary group. One of my girls got it, and she's going to do the wedding. So, guys, making sure I write stuff down. The biggest goal of the year. Okay. I bet this is going to really work good for me now. Some other things that I was going to do was I did create some postcards, and I want to send out the postcards, but I'm not really confident that it's going to happen. Just because I'd rather go see people than make the cards, if that makes sense. I'm really good at talking to people. So, but I did create postcards, and I'm going to attempt to get them printed and attempt to mail them. And then another goal is for me to market more of the new services that I added on to my portfolio that I didn't market them enough last year at all. So for this month, I've already done my calendar. I use a template where I plan all my social media content, and I went through my pages, looked at all my numbers, and saw that for the times I did post the service, it got some really good views. So I need to make sure that I am advertising all of my services consistently that I offer, so that I can see, the biggest revenue. I did exceptionally well last month. I did maintain profits of more than 1,500, and I did that for the last 3 months. But I'm still saying this month my goal is still going to be 1,500. Now, if I exceed 1,500 again, I'm going to up it. I am going to up it next month. But right now, I think it's safe to say 1,500. If I do what I did last month, most likely it's going to be more. It just probably will be, because it didn't feel like I did a whole lot last month, but I did. So that's what the books showed. And then another thing, making sure that I do my books weekly, because I'm really bad at that. It's like I'll look at them and then I'm like, I'm a month behind, and I'm sitting up there with a headache trying to do my books. So keep my books managed weekly. And that was it.
All right. So I have a planner too. I was planning last year. Actually, I've been a planner because I'm a budgeter. So planning has always been something for me. And I see Thea said that she used the digital planner. So I digitally plan, and I have a paper one. So this is you can't see it, social media planner that is digital. I kind of like the digital aspect of it, as well as the physical. So the reason why I have two is because, and this is my planner from last year, my new planner is over there. But the reason why I have a booklet planner for day to day is because I can't be bothered with opening up my iPad every time a signing comes through. And I'll tell you that if you're doing loan signings, and when we were doing loan signings, and they were prevalent, last year, there's absolutely no way you're going to get a signing fast, like hit the button and check your planner at the same time. Mm-hmm. So My
Wow.
planner is always open to the week or to the month page because I write them in both places. So I write it on the month and then I go and write it on the week. And so I usually keep it on the month page because then I can see the whole month. And if a signing comes up, I look real quick, boom. And I also put my work meetings on my planner. So I don't just put meetings that I'm doing for notary work. I also put my work meetings because those matter to me because we're full-time employed. So I need to put those meetings on my calendar too, so that I'm not scheduling something over a meeting or scheduling it too close because I am notorious for scheduling something and it's running like right up to the time that I gotta be on the call. So
And Thea made a really good point, Thea. I went off of digital too. That is another goal of mine because I realized that my phone is very distracting.
yeah.
I'll be sitting on there, even my iPad. If I'm sitting on there and I'm doing something productive, as soon as a notification comes in, I'm sunk. I'm sunk because I'm going to click on it. But when it comes to the paper planner, I don't have any distractions. I can just write, I can plan. I'm a mom, for those of you who follow me. So this planner is for everything.
Yeah.
It's for work. It's for my kids. Like, as a matter of fact, while
everything
saying that, I need to write my daughter's dentist
appointment. Put your whole day on, like, put you on there. Like, it's not just for business, it's you.
And what I did was, for the monthly part, I bought these cool highlighters. They're erasable. But in my Google Calendar, I had my personal appointments in pink and my business appointments.
I showed you those.
Huh?
I got those. Didn't I show you those?
I ordered them with my pins. So what I did was I color coded. So when I do have anything personal, is going to be highlighted pink. Anything that's business, I'm going to be highlighting, yellow. So because for the monthly, I can't write in my monthly. It's not big enough.
Oh.
Like I'll show you guys this here. See here, I can't write all my appointments in the box. But what I can do is for that specific day, I can color code, put a couple of strips in there. Like
time. Put the time.
Friday, if I have business and personal appointments, I could just put those two colors of that block. Or if on Thursday I only have business appointments, I can highlight that one color. So that's what I said I was going to do.
Highlight it and put the time. Like I don't put the specifics. I'll just write.
I don't do that either.
No, I'm just saying, right? Just put 1 p.m. and then highlight it yellow.
I don't have to because I have a.
No, I'm talking about on the monthly part, so you know that there's
on the monthly part. Sometimes I could do it, but sometimes I can't because sometimes I schedule all the kids' stuff on one day, so I wouldn't be able to fit in. You know what I'm saying? Like everything will be overlapped and it will be messy, and I don't do messy. So I would just. The goal is to just put the colors on the month part, but in the appointment part, write out what's going on.
Yeah. That's what I do
for me.
Yeah, but I write out in the other part, but then the monthly part, my planner is always bigger.
Your planner's bigger.
Mine is bigger.
Mine goes in my purse.
Yeah, I don't carry a purse that big.
I bring it with me. Like today, I had somebody call and they needed an appointment for 7 for tomorrow. And I'm like, 7. I think I got some. It's like I can never remember.
No, you can't remember that.
That I'm like, I think I got something at 7. Looked in there, lo and behold, I got something at 7. So she's gonna try to do 7:30 or earlier. So this thing is going.
Another thing I'm all about redundancy in my home, and redundancy is overlapping your processes. So not only do I have a calendar at work that I put stuff in, even personal stuff, I have a paper planner, and then I also put stuff into my phone too. So it goes in 3 places because my phone will notify me when there's an appointment. So I need that. Like I have to have the notification so that I don't miss things. So I have stuff in 2 to 3 to 4 maybe separate areas in my life because I have.
What I'm using, which I know has been there forever, but I just started using it. I started using the reminder on the calendar instead of the events. Because I was always putting in events, but I'm like, the reminder is better because I got an Apple Watch for Christmas. And when the reminder comes through, it pings on here and then I'm able
Events
to
come through there too.
know. So I like that better because with the events, it's kind of like, like it's trying to show me too much on a small screen. So on the reminder,
but the event notification will come to your watch too. It mirrors whatever's on your phone.
I know, and it fills up the screen with, what I put in, you know what I'm saying? So I use the reminder because it's just a few things. Like for the reminder, I'll put just a general, like dentist appointment. But on the calendar, I got dentist appointment for Anaya. She's doing this.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't got no babies.
Exactly. So
It's
for
just
those
me and Lance and
who
Kat.
have kids like I do, and I'm going to have kids for a long time because my kids are young, that works for
Not
me.
for a long time, though. Like she said, a long time. Like they ain't gonna never grow up.
About a good 70 years, she gonna have them kids.
Right. Like they ain't gonna never grow up.
Are not going to be grown in a year. That's what I mean by a long.
No.
So I can change in 5. I have my youngest child is 10.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know about y'all, but 8 years ain't quick for me. Ain't quick enough. That's gonna be a long time. Okay. My daughter is 13, so even 5 years, like
it's quick to me. It seems like these last 4 years went by so fast for me. So yeah. So all right. So those are our planners.
Yes.
Plannering. So yeah, we're all about planning.
I want to answer the question about what are we doing to
I'm about to go. That's where I was getting ready to go back to that one. I was about to go back. So are we going to share what we're specifically doing to build our book of business?
Sure.
Yes, we're going to share that. So last year I did an experiment, and now Bergeau is stolen my idea. No. So last year I did an experiment. I tried.
Well, we both had started doing it, and then I was like, I can't keep up with this, and you up with it.
So when I signed up for Loan Signing Systems, everybody knows that all Mark Wills talks about is getting you some gifts and going to these title offices and talking to these people. Well, your girl did that. I did not feel, number one, I did not feel comfortable bringing people that I did not know gifts, not just because of the money factor, but because I did not know them. And it's like, why am I rewarding you for something that, it's like I'm begging you for business by rewarding you with donuts. And another thing was that a lot of the title companies here, when I went to market, it's just a one person. Like, it was still COVID. And somebody in your group said, "Girl, you got a long time to go." That wasn't you, or was that?
That's Virgil.
Oh, that was you. Oh, 5 and 2, girl. Yeah, you got a long time to go. I see now. So I did not feel very comfortable with that whole idea. And since I work full time, I do not have the luxury to hit multiple signing services on my lunch break. And I know they be like, go on your lunch break. Some things are easier said than done because you have to factor in how long the lights are in Florida. Our lights are extremely long. And by the time you get through a light, your lunch break is halfway over. Or if you get to a title company and you intended to go to 5 or 6 and you get to one and you get to talking to the people, now you can't go to the other ones and now you have to plan another day. So Virgil and I won't say it's my idea. Virgil and I came up with the idea to use postcards. So, and I think we did both create them. So last year I created a postcard. This is the newest one that I have. And since I do more Ron work, I'm targeting Ron signings. And so I have information on the back and information on the front. We both started out with our pictures on the card. We took our picture off because my husband suggested to take our pictures off to see how much more business we would get. And honestly, I took my picture off of my Google profile, and my cards, and I got more business without it. Call it what you want. Call it whatever you will.
Hey.
It did work. Okay. So I started off with the postcards. I have like several versions of them, right? Because I try to order them as I go, but I got carried away one time and I ordered like a huge stack. So this huge stack is for loan signings because it has on the back loan signings start at $100. I don't even know if I'm gonna use these anymore, but I probably will try. But they just say experience mobile notary on the front, and I want to highlight the Ron. And then I got some that I made for just like general notary work. And this one still has my picture, and this one still has my picture. And then I think these are my very, very first ones. I think this is my very first one. I started it and I gave myself, I said, because Bergeau ended her, she was like, I can't do it. I said that I am going to stick with it for at least the next 6 months. And if in 6 months I do not get any signings, then I won't spend the money. The cards honestly cost me $25, I think, for 50. I don't get the envelope, and I postcard stamps. Postcard stamps are only like 44 cents versus a regular forever stamp. I don't remember how much it is. It just went up on price. But you don't need a regular forever stamp. I gotta put this dog out of my office. Hold on. This dog is just, it's not right, okay? Hold on. Come on. Girl, you got to go. She got to go, y'all. Don't let in my pants. I got cats. Girl, She's trying to come back. She gonna come back. Okay. This dog is like just tearing my office apart over here. Like I'm trying to hold it in. So I said that I would do it for 6 months and see what happens. And lo and behold, I think that I got one direct client last year who said, I got this card in the mail. I've been getting these cards in the mail. It was an attorney. And he's like, I'd like to use your services. So it worked. It worked. And honestly, for the amount, I did one signing for him. And the amount that I made on that one signing was enough to cover all the times that I had bought the dang on cards. So that one signing alone was enough to cover my cards. This year, I'm planning to not only use the cards monthly still, but I'm also planning to call. So I saw some strategies on that summer conference, the Loan Signing Systems Conference, that I'm going to employ and try out for myself. And so I'm going to create a list. Well, I have a list, but I want to create a list, get on my list and start calling and just trying to talk to people directly. There's a title company directly across the street from where I live. And I went there for the first time and she was like, oh, we use the signing service, right? So I was just like, oh, okay, sorry. I plan to go back there and say, well, what about them melloways? Like, what about those ones where the people are not here in Florida? Who are you using for that? Like, a lot of title companies are not using signing services because they don't get enough business to afford to pay a middleman, and they may be looking directly to a notary because it saves them money. Because when they pay a signing service, they have to pay for that signing. You have to pay more for that signing. So that is the one way that I'm planning on building my direct client list. The other way is I'm going to commit to social media. I don't like posting on social media. Uh-oh, what? Oh, she freezing up. So I don't like to post on social media. Bergeau has proven to me and to Reggie that people will call you from your social media. I'm telling her I don't like social media. Huh?
all had went out for a minute. So
No, it's just you. It's just you.
oh, well, okay.
You're like, So I was saying that social media, I don't like posting on social media, but Virgil has proven that people do look at your social media. And a funny story is I got a call for a wedding like last minute, and she wanted her children to be there, so I had to wait for her children to show up. And I got there. She said, "Girl, I looked at everything, your Instagram, your Facebook, your Facebook, your YouTube." I was like, "You did? Dang, my friend won't be very happy. She'll be happy to hear that, but I won't be happy to hear her say, I told you." So I have committed, and that's why I have the social media planner. I have not committed to every day. Like, I'm just going to keep it 100. Your girl ain't posting every day, but I am planning to post at least 3 times a week, and I want to post at least one YouTube piece of content every week, because that drives the numbers as well. So those are the 2 things, the 3 things that I'm going to be doing to try to gain more clients. I strongly believe, just in watching other people who do this on a larger scale, I strongly believe that if you put in the effort, you will get something back out of it. So, and it has to be consistent effort. Like, it can't just be a willy-nilly one-off 1-2. And another thing to that, before I'm going to throw it to Reggie. Another thing about that is Google reviews. I remember last year I wasn't asking nobody for a Google review. And then all of a sudden I created a sticker to put on the top on the envelope. And I was putting that on there and just giving them the envelope and just hoping, right? Hoping, crossing my finger that they would just shoot that with their camera and leave me a review. Nobody did. So what I did was I incorporated asking for the review into my loan signing spiel. And when I got to the end of the paperwork, like when we did the last page, I would say, all right, this was the last document. I'm going to check all the documents to make sure we didn't miss any signatures or stamps. While I'm doing that, here is your packet. There is a code on here. If you could scan that with your camera and leave me a review, I'd be so happy that you did that. I would look at who had their phone on the table and I would pass it to them. So when we sat down, I was strategically watching who put their phone on the table. If your phone was on the table, I was giving you the packet and I was asking for the review. 9 times out of 10, they would do it right there in your face, except for that one man who said he was doing it in my face, and that sucker didn't do it. That was the one where his wife was mad about the his wife was mad about the refinance.
Oh yeah.
But he ain't leave me no review.
Oh.
So that is how I'm planning to get more business. All right, I'm throwing it to you, Reggie.
So I plan on just doing the social media aspect is something that I see that is a benefit to. I haven't had anyone, and I'm always on social media, so it's just one extra thing I have to do a day. I don't go as far as what Virgil and Ayana does in terms of the scheduling, but I get why they do it, because sometimes, you can get bogged down by the mundane things that you could forget. And that's what happens to me from time to time. But I've committed to 3 times a week, posting videos, not videos, but posting content, whether it be pictures and, a video or something of that sort to give, eye contact or eye candy to the people who could potentially. And all of my stuff is on my social media is all on my Google review. And then it's on my website too. So they have visuals behind what it is I'm looking for. Or what they're looking for. So I'm going to continue the social media aspect, but commit to 3 times a week as well. I just can't do it every day. It's too time consuming, especially with what I do. I would have to do that at work. When I get off at 7:00, I put my work phone away and then I go downstairs and it's just me and my husband. It's not a consistent thing or a 24/7 thing.
Who just Listen, Bergeau, Bergeau will get an idea, and she will sit there and work out the whole damn idea
Mhm.
until
And get it
it's
done,
finished.
and I won't have to look at it no more.
Mhm.
And it works.
We love you.
I'm not sitting on social media and posting every day.
Yeah, no.
I sit on social media one day out the month,
Mhm.
my social media, and wait till the next month.
Mhm. And I get why. I mean, I completely understand why you do
I'm
that.
just
It
not
works
gonna
for you.
sit there and
Sure.
create everything.
On Sunday, instead of me spending 40 minutes scrolling an endless black hole of social media, I'm doing something productive with my time.
And
It doesn't
that's right.
time to, it doesn't, if you think about how much time you spend scrolling on social media, your whole calendar will be booked.
Yeah.
So when I hear excuses like that, that's why I just say,
Oh no, it's not an excuse.
I can't do that every day. Who
Yeah,
says
it's
every day?
it's
No,
not.
yeah,
It's not
it's
an
definitely
excuse.
not every day. We use a social media manager.
Planner.
We use
Where I
the planner, but we also use a social media manager
Right.
to actually post the social media for
I
us. So we're not sitting and posting every day.
I schedule it out in the future.
Yeah, we schedule it out. Yeah, it's scheduled.
I'm gonna let you finish. Finish.
Yeah, don't get her on that soapbox.
When I hear people say they don't have time to do certain stuff, it just kind of triggers me. So I apologize.
No,
Yeah,
it's
you
not
go
that I
ahead.
don't. It's
you
not that I
have time
don't.
for what you have time for.
It's not that I don't have
That's what
time.
it is.
And if I said that, that's not what I meant.
No, we
But
ain't talking about you in general,
oh,
Rich. We're just
yeah,
saying
no,
people have time for what they have time for.
I can't commit to that. That is not something I'm interested in doing. So I'm not. It's not an option for me to do that
You'll
for a
get
month
there.
out.
I had to get there.
Yeah, no, I don't. I mean,
had to.
maybe at some point, and I'm open to it, but not because I'm the way I remember things. I'm pretty consistent with making sure that it's something I do as often as I do it. I also am increasing the amount of money that I spend in Google revenue, Google review, not
Ads?
Google reviews, but
Google
Google
Ads.
ads. One of the things I know, by not spending so much I didn't spend really any advertising revenue other than on Thumbtack and my Wedding Wire and the Knot websites that I use, but I didn't spend any of that in Google. And I plan on that's going to be a strategy of mine of spending about $5 a day, to get more clicks to see if I can get more business that way, as well, because you have to spend money to make money. I know I have I've heard some people, try to, especially when it comes to Thumbtack days, like, well, it's just too expensive. And it's just like, well, you get what you put into it. You know what I'm saying? And you have to, number one, budget for that specifically. And you also have to make sure you offset your fees by passing that to the customer.
Mm-hmm.
So Squire was the one that asked the question, and what we do to, marriages or weddings is my bread and butter. It's become my bread and butter, and it took off really quickly. I still do general notary work, and I also do loan signing as well. I do it all, but what I get more consistently is weddings. So with what I charge, and I like to think of myself being a little bit of a premium, premium service when it comes to weddings. I can, I'm it's easier for me to kind of recoup that cost and pass that on to customers when I go on Thumbtack. So for me, the idea of eliminating Thumbtack as being a advertising place for me, saying that I'm not going to use it anymore, that's just not realistic. That's just going to cut out a good portion of how I get seen, what my visibility is. But I plan on spending more revenue on Google ads, and just start going to some of the places, the wedding venues here in Orlando, here in Central Florida, and actually giving my card out, and talking to people, and making sure that I just let them know that I'm in the area. Hey, I'm local, and doing a little bit of that, or doing more of that. So that's it.
Anything you want to add?
Yes, I wanted to go back to the question. I want to make sure I answer her question. Um,
Here's the question.
we're doing specifically to get clients. Okay, I'm going to
Oh, true.
see
Square.
what
Yeah.
as opposed to what I plan to do. I just want to see if she was asking which one was she asking us. So I tried a number of things to build my book of business. The reason being because I wanted to make sure I did everything before I said this doesn't work. And remember, whatever you decide to do,
Oh,
Ma'am,
that doggone Xfinity.
the truck
There
must
we
be
go.
outside. Is the truck outside? We can't hear you. Can't hear you. Can't hear you. Mm-mm.
Yes, I use Thumbtack. I mean, I wouldn't say exclusively. That's not the only thing that I use, but I do use Thumbtack a lot. I get a lot of business from Thumbtack. It can be very helpful and useful with what you know. You just got to know how to play the game. Um, you know, you shaking your head.
I'm talking
Oh,
to
you're
the
talking.
person I can't
You
hear.
just got to know how to. You got to know how to play your game. Play the game.
Go
And
out and
there's
come back in again.
and
Yeah.
there's certain things that you can do in terms of setting out how much you want to spend per lead. If you guys are interested, you can actually go over to Central Florida Notary and actually look up the Thumbtack video. And I go very much in depth about Thumbtack, but it's really a good source, really a good source of being able to gain business.
I wanted to answer this question. You says I'm new going back and forth with the idea of using my last name as your business name or your initials because I know names can also make a difference.
okay, I'm back. I'm sorry.
There we
Oh,
go.
wait, I was going to answer this real quick. So I would just say, Thea, that I don't
Oh,
think it matters. I don't think it matters um, what you actually name your business. Name it something that you want to name it. I don't think I have not met one person that says, "Oh, I don't like your business name."
right.
So I would definitely say don't put a lot of thought into it um, because it leads to analysis paralysis.
Hmm.
And Berjo and I remember when we first started talking on the phone, we both were we felt very strongly about getting ready to get ready, and
Hmm.
not always being in a perpetual cycle of getting ready. And I think a lot of people get caught up on business cards, business name, and all that.
I
Do I need an
had
LLC? Do
this-
I need an EIN? Do I need a name badge? Do I
Hmm.
need a pin? You don't. It's like just go, just get a signing and go. Um,
Hmm.
Literally, go to the dollar store, buy a pack of pens, and go get your stamp, your journal, and go. You don't need any of that. Honestly, you don't need any of it. So I would say don't get caught up in it. Just go. All right,
now,
Virgil, go back. Go
so
ahead.
things that I tried the postcard mailing. I did not follow through with it because I just think that it is just not my thing. But I did try it. I tried it for 2 months and I decided I didn't want to do it anymore. Um,
Hmm.
I did decide to start going. Me and Ayana, we were like, okay, we're going to plan to visit offices once a week or twice a week, I think.
Right. Yeah.
And I did that,
Yeah.
and um, that was okay. But I don't like to do a lot of driving. Just I was like, But what I did do was when I went to them, I talked to them. If they were willing to talk to me, I explained to them a little bit about what I did, and I gave them a packet here
Hmm.
that's full of all my credentials with a business card on the front. And I was impressed with that. And so when I went back to my follow up, that's when I brought treats. I only gave treats to people who actually sat and took the time out of their busy day to talk to me. I didn't just go in there the first time, hi, with cakes. No,
Yeah.
you took out the time to speak with me. When I came back in there, I was a familiar face and I gave them a thank you gift.
Hmm.
I did not do that again. I also did networking. I like networking a lot. So I do the networking when I have the time. And when I have the time means when I feel like it, you know. because like Ayana said, you have time to do whatever you want to do. If it's important, you're gonna do it. If it's not important, you're not gonna. Networking is important, so I have to push myself. Like, this is important. Growing my business is important. Getting out there to meet people face to face works.
Mhm.
I have people that I have met at networking events who have reached out to me to invite me to their. Yeah, I said that. They call me, hey, I met you at the networking event. I wanted you to come to my event and meet some of my people. I'm like, what? Little old me? I met with the person today that I met at a networking event. We kept scheduling time to meet with each other. The time never worked. And today I was like, I'm going to meet with you. I don't care. I had a signing this morning. Right after my signing, I met with her and we had lunch and we had a great conversation. I also had a mortgage loan officer trying to trying to meet me. I met him at a networking event. I've rescheduled on him twice. So we are definitely going to meet on MLK Day. Why? Because it's important that if you meet somebody and you tell them that you want to work with them, you better mean it. You better mean it. Because I can't tell you how many times I went to these events and they're like, I met a notary at another event, called her, she never even answered the call. They don't answer
another one.
They don't respond to their emails. So what are you going to the events for?
Right.
If you're going to go to these networking events thinking you're going to meet these people and then they're just going to start throwing money at you, you're wrong. You have to build relationships. And if people can't rely on you to just come and have coffee with them, they're not going to give you their customers. Right. Period. Okay. If they invite you to their events and you don't go, you just messed up a potential business relationship. Another thing I do is email. I do email marketing. I started doing it and then I went to a network and a guy who runs a company, $1 million company who does it, gave me some pointers and I said, okay. I came home and scheduled all my email marketing for the year. I know I don't expect you to do that, but that's what I did. So from doing those emails, I did get some good feedback. I really don't give myself enough credit, but I have a lot of direct clients. Now, do I get steady business from all of them? No. But when they need me, when they need a notary, I'm the first person that comes to mind. And you can ask these two. I'll be on the speakerphone. You're my favorite girl. You know that, right? I'm like, hi. And they're like, I got some work for you. And I'm like, okay. So the idea is not to go and try to make these relationships to be their only notary. You just want to be preferred. You want to be, when they have somebody in your area, you want to be the first name that comes to mind. Now, whether I'm available or not is okay. If I'm not available, I'm not available. But I called you first because you're my girl. And I'm like, okay. So
and because you did their people right, and because you did the job right, and because you got the documents back on time or you followed the directions. It's not a lot of people just going out here just stamping all willy-nilly. When you take the time to learn your craft, like people see that. People really see that, and it translates into dollars when you are taking the time to learn your craft. Like that lady that called me and was like, my attorney receptionist referred me to you. I've never even worked with that lady before. Never worked with that attorney's office. So I have no idea where she got my number, but I bet you it was somebody that I worked for before who told her and said that I was reliable, and she trusted me with one of her clients.
Right.
And so the idea is the only way you're going to build your business is not by just meeting people and working with them one time. You want to make sure that people are going to come back to you. I have a lot of return customers because my service is phenomenal and I live by that.
Yep. I want to answer this question too for Thea, since Thea's here and she's new and she's trying to get information. So she got her stamp last April. And she wanted to hear what services we offer. So let's go through that really quickly because we're almost at the hour mark anyway. And I don't know how much time y'all wanted to be on, but
Yeah.
Whatever. And some pros and cons, maybe, not sure if this is okay. So the services that I offer, all right, aka the Crafty Notary, is all of them. No. All of them. So as a notary in the state of Florida, you know that we can do we notarize whatever document needs to be notarized, okay? As long as it is a document that we can legally notarize. It's not like a vital record, that kind of thing. I notarize them. Also, in the state of Florida, we can be wedding officiants. I think all three of us are ordained, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, all three of us are ordained ministers. I do weddings. It is not my first love. I shall be honest. However, you can get me on the one too. Like I'll come through at your house, and I just did a wedding. What day was that I did that wedding? December.
That was 31st.
These people called me at the last minute for it. Oh, now called me when we were driving down to your house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were pulling in. We were parking. They called while we were parking at the restaurant. I took his information, gave him a price using my notary calculator, might I add, sitting at the restaurant table, gave him a price. He booked it for $115. How long was I there, Reggie?
Not even 10 minutes.
Not even. The lady was getting ready to go to work, and they've been together 10 years. They got married 10 years ago and never turned in the paperwork. I was literally there.
Mm-hmm.
And it only took 10 minutes because we sat and talked for 5. So I was done in 5 minutes, and I had a hot $115 in my pocket.
Mm-hmm.
So your girl doesn't like to do weddings. Now, I'm not getting up in front of no 100 people like Berjo and Reggie. That's just not my life. If I get one of them, I'm going to refer it to someone else. Like kindly. I cannot. I'm just not there yet. But if it's a 1-2, it's just 2 of y'all, or you and your kids, or you and your friends, I got you. I got you for that one. I also do what I do predominantly, like my bread and butter, and what I want to be my bread and butter, and which is predominantly my bread and butter, is Ron. I have perfected the art of Ron and over this last few months of the year. And
I keep losing connection.
You're there. Oh, it's still going in and out. So I've done more Ron in the last few months than I've done anything. I think last month I made a whole $1,000 plus all of my money basically on Ron. And I think I had one loan signing. So loan signings, I'm just not, Thank you, Thea, for watching my videos. So those are the services I offer. Berjo, what do you offer? We offer all pretty much the same thing. Like we all kind of offer. We pretty much offer, any and everything. We're all Rons.
Uh-huh.
We're all ordained.
Yes.
We all got stamps.
We all will do Ron.
Yeah, that's what I said. We're all Rons. We're all ordained.
Yeah.
We all got a stamp. We all got a journal. We do it all. Berjo, though, Berjo extra. She always come with the extra. Berjo got a whole situation in her house. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Homegirl got a little sign that she hang on the door. Boom, Notary Public. So the people riding by and see her sign on the door and be knocking on the door like
line up in my driveway. I'm like,
people them be knocking on her door.
Must be nice.
Yeah, must be. But Berjo's little setup in her, you need to take a picture of that.
Okay.
And use that in your marketing, because it's like the cutest little setup, and people come to her house. Now, your girl, the Crafty Notary, cannot be bothered for people to come to my house. Like I don't
the
way my anxiety and stuff be set up.
So I offer a little bit more than what they do, only because I have the flexibility to do so. I do general notary. I am an efficient. I also facilitate apostles. I facilitate translation services. I do loan signings. Did I say I do Ron?
We all do that.
And
we do it all. We do everything. Everybody do that. You do
print, fax, and scan service because I have the ability to do that as well for my home.
and you do the facilitator.
I just said that. Translation services.
No, the marriage
Yeah, premarital.
facilitator.
Oh gosh, I haven't even been advertised. I'm also a premarital and marriage coach.
There you go.
Mhm.
So I do a lot. The one thing that I've done that I no longer do is inspections. And the reason being is because for the amount of money that they pay me, I'm not interested in doing that. I do not do fingerprints.
Yeah, I don't do
The
fingerprints.
reason why I don't do fingerprints. Now, when I first started in 2020, I did some research because it seemed very intriguing. And I was like, I want to do that. I researched it and I was told that I needed to contact the Department of Justice. So I did call them and I was on the phone with them for a while. They said that in Florida, they only do the digital scanning. And that's what they accept in Florida. Now, if I wanted to offer fingerprint services for people who needed to submit their fingerprints outside of Florida, I can do ink and card. Okay. There's plenty of videos online that you can watch for that. But if you live here in Florida, if you can afford to get the machine that does digital scan, that's how you would be doing the fingerprinting. But if you want to offer services for people who do the ink and card, that's lucrative. There isn't a whole lot of demand for it in my area. But remember, all services that you offer are dependent upon your
area.
So in your location, it may be a thing. So you may want to look into it.
Yeah, and that's true because Bergeau is in South Florida, whereas Reggie and I are both in Central Florida, and she does way more apostilles than we ever get. Like I never get a request for apostille up here, and I think it's because of the demographics are different, and so very rare. I think I had one run where they were doing their own apostille, like they were submitting it themselves, but I did the notarization part.
Translation services too.
Yeah, I don't get that either.
Yeah, I haven't got that either.
Pick up, and the only reason why it's picking up is because I started to advertise it. Like I advertised it one time when I connected with my direct person that I work with, and I didn't advertise it anymore. And then Ayana said she had watched a video of a notary offering it, and I was like, "Oh, I forgot that I work with that lady."
Yeah,
I started advertising it.
I'm gonna start advertising it as well.
And now
just to see if I can get more of it. But sometimes I don't think people equate notary with that
translation.
So if you're advertising that, then when people Google you, you're going to come up for that. So
I had a whole dealer on me for a translation. I was like, and then I got another one coming from them, the same dealership. So you guys got them. If I can't stress enough, you're not going to get any business by sitting and paying for other people to do it for you. You're not going to get any business from that, not anything that's lucrative anyway. If you want to get business and you want to be top of mind, you need to be consistent in your whatever method you choose. You just need to be consistent, and you got to advertise all the services you offer.
Yeah.
You want to get,
So Thea wanted to know if there's any tips on who she should go through for training. Just do the NNA. It's $30.
Yeah.
There's no rhyme or reason to that. Just do the NNA. It's $30. It's accepted by the state.
And remember, every platform is different. So if you are trying to learn how to, do Ron, doing Ron is just like notarizing in person. If you've never notarized in person, don't just skip to Ron. Notarize.
Facts.
Please.
Yeah.
Because notarizing is the same thing. The only difference is you are going to have to get trained on how to use the platform because they have the tools to show you where, to drag and drop and all that stuff.
Yeah. All right. I think we answered everything. Oh, somebody said they're doing, I think you put this on here, Reggie. I'm all about doing super small weddings. Haven't got the courage to do it in front of a lot of people. You sound just like me. Yeah, I don't think it's about courage because I'm very outgoing and I'm very extroverted. So all I need is an audience to cut up. Like all I need is an audience. Reggie can tell you that. He said I was just so funny driving down to Florida. All I need is an audience to cut up. It's just that I don't like dressing up. That's probably the biggest thing is I don't know what to wear. I don't got to worry about my hair, but unless it ain't blonde, I have to bleach it. But other than that, I just don't know what to wear. I don't know if I prefer to wear pants and then I don't be knowing if pants is the right thing. I don't like to wear dresses all the time. And if I got on a dress now, I feel weird the whole time. Do I wear makeup? Do I not wear makeup? Do I put on lipstick? Do I not? So it's just a big thing. And so much goes into my head to get dressed for a thing that I just don't want to be about. Then I feel like people just sitting there looking at me like, why this girl got on that dress? There's something weird. So I'm just not there yet. When I get there, I'll get there. So
you know what? I went to a networking event and well, one of them anyway. I go to several. I went to one of the networking events. And there was an attorney there. And he was just standing off in the wall. And I'm looking around, I'm seeing everybody talking, and I just noticed him standing there. So I approached him. I'm like, hey, how you doing? I introduced myself and he was like, oh yeah, hi. And I was like, so what's your story? Why are you just standing over here? And he was like, I'm really, really shy. And it's really hard for me to talk to people. And I was like, well, you're talking to me. And I just, and he was just like, and I
am.
Because everybody else was just kind of walking past. Nobody actually stopped to talk to me. And I'm like, sure. I was like, I'm really, surprised like you would come to a networking event and not talk to anyone. I was like, well, hopefully you talking to me first will open up the opportunity for you to talk to other people.
And sometimes going to one of those events, a lot of people are so shy that just going there is a win.
Yes.
Like it's a win that I went there. I didn't talk to nobody, but I got there, I got out of my car and I actually went inside because I've been to those events like when I was doing real estate full time. And I was like him, like I didn't really want to talk to a lot of, like I didn't want to have to give my spiel. Like something about me giving a spiel to people makes me feel disingenuous. So it's working, Berjo. Oh, maybe she can tell.
Yeah, it cuts out.
Yeah. So something about that always feels a little disingenuous to me, and so I always kind of clam up. But sometimes just getting there and getting out the car is half the battle. Where can you get more information about translation? Google, YouTube. Yeah, YouTube. The video that I watched, the name of the lady is, what was the name of the channel that I saw the translation video? Oh, she can't hear. I think her name is Kimmy. Her name is Kimmy. What is her channel? Do you know her channel, Reggie?
No.
Hold on. I'm sure there's a video on here with her. If I scroll through here. I knew it. Notary Life with Kimmy is her name, Kimmi. And the translation video that I saw is on her page.
Doing that.
Yeah, okay. So you know Kimmy. Yeah. So that is where I saw the video about the translation services. Notary Life with Kimmy. And thanks, Dee. I'm so glad that you signed up for the webinar. What webinar? Who got a webinar tomorrow?
The only thing I have going on is
maybe she means NNA.
My New Year Notary refresher, and that's not tomorrow.
Oh no, maybe she means on the NNA or whatever. So,
but as far as the translation goes, is not anything that you really know. You need to call people. What I did one month was I Googled 5 businesses around me that I know would use notaries, and I called them. And I just so happened to call this lady, and she said that her sister is here in Florida. She's in Georgia, and her sister is a notary, and she was doing the notarization of her translations. And her sister was going to be moving, and she was going to lose a notary for this area. And I just so happened to call. So now I'm the notary for the area.
Nice.
So if you don't mind cold calling businesses and you can talk to people, that's one way for you to become a preferred notary for what they offer.
All right. Any closing remarks? Where are you at 115? Anything? Any other questions, guys, out there that you want to ask? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Going once, going twice. Where can we find you, Reggie, on the socials?
You can find me at eternal.unions on Instagram, and you can also find me at Central Florida or Central FL Notary on YouTube.
And Berjo, B. Elise, where do we find you?
B. Elise Notary Support 2 Facebook group, B. Elise Notary Support 2 on YouTube, and my business page, B. Elise Notary Services LLC, on all channels.
What about your membership?
We'll talk about that next Thursday. I just thought of that.
Oh, okay.
I just literally thought the same thought, but I'm like, let's save it for next Thursday. We'll talk about Berjo's membership next Thursday and everything you need to know about general notary work. We'll talk about that next Thursday. And again, I'm Ayana, aka The Crafty Notary, and you can find me on all socials at The Crafty Notary. So in the meantime, in between time, you guys have been wonderful. Thank you so much for the likes and the hearts. Please thumbs up this video if you're watching on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, any one of our channels, but preferably all of our channels. Make a round, hit the rounds, and subscribe to all of our YouTube channels. We all have YouTube channels. Subscribe to our Facebook pages or follow our Facebook pages. If you haven't done that, we all have those as well. And we will see you guys next Thursday at 7:30. Be there or be square. Peace out.